here's our update, Google. If you're in the United States, you probably noticed on your Pixel phone that you haven't gotten an update yet, and that's because it's not rolling out here until March the 11th. So you still have to wait a little bit longer. So apparently, Google, in their infinite wisdom, decided they were going to launch the update globally, excluding the United States. It might be the entire North American market, but I know for sure it's the US. And I've got a couple reasons why I think that this might be. And also, another frustrating thing is I made an erroneous statement the other day. So I was looking at a matrix of all the new features and what phones they were going to. And the one that I read said that the circle to search feature was coming to the Pixel Fold. Indeed, it is not. So if you're sitting here with your $1,800 Pixel Fold, you're still going to have to wait even longer, even though circle to search is coming to the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro with this update. So it's a little on the frustrating side that we have this $1,800 phone, the most expensive Google phone that Google has ever made, and they're not supporting it quite like they are even last generation's phone that share the same chip. My guess is it has something to do with the programming, something to do with the user interface because it's different. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but it's particularly frustrating and just like having to wait. Now, I know it's not the end of the world if we have to wait until March the 11th instead of everybody else getting it a couple of days ago. Not the end of the world. We'll be fine for a few days without the security patch. We'll be fine for a few days without the update. But this fragmented update system and the lack of globally available features, I think, is what's leading to this problem. So if you're in the United States, you know that if you have a Pixel phone, then largely most of the features work on your phones if they're intended to be on that phone. I mean, some of them are still Pixel 8 Pro exclusive, some of them are Pixel 8 exclusive, some of them have started to trickle out and roll out to other phones. But yeah, if you're outside the United States, there's a lot of features that you don't get. So I understand that this phone or these phones are not something that have a global appeal to them, because why would you want to buy this phone in another country if you don't get a lot of the smart features, a lot of the AI features, and a lot of the built-in stuff that we get here in the United States? Right, that would be kind of frustrating, and I think that might be one of the reasons why we're having to wait until March 11th. Maybe all of these features are not available yet or not quite fine-tuned and polished for the United States market. That's all that I can think of, because it's not going to be a security patch issue. It's likely not going to be any of the standard stuff. So my guess is maybe it has something to do with some of these features that are exclusive to the United States that might not be available otherwise in other countries. So as many steps forward as Google has made over the last couple of years with improving the quality of their phones, with improving the quality updates. I mean, shoot, the update is supposed to even be faster this go around. And I got a lot of reports from people saying it installed much faster. That was supposed to be something that was rolling out. It was part of the most recent QPR beta, where the installation process no longer takes 2 hours for like a 27 megabyte update. So I hope that that's something that's rolling out as well. I believe that it is, because every single month we get these updates on the Pixel phones, and you'll see it. Security patch update, nothing special, no new added features, 27, 30 megabytes, whatever, and then it takes you 2 stinking hours to update your phone. And then you got people going, oh, well, it's okay, you can still use your phone during the update. Okay, well, I mean, with other phones, you can download it and just restart your phone, which takes about 30 seconds, and then it installs it. Like Samsung does their updates in a matter of minutes. So I don't really get that argument. Okay, yes, I can use my phone while it's updating, but then it's like looming, sitting there, eating up battery life and everything else, while it takes 2 hours for a very, 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 very simple update. So there's been a lot of frustration with this. There's been a lot of frustration with the update system. There's been a lot of frustration with Google updates, and I didn't understand, or I didn't know that there was a delayed launch on the update whenever I made my video the other day. Normally everything rolls out to everybody at once, and then I make the video, and then I get a lot of people going, hey, it's not available. Hey, it's not available. And then the comments start popping up. Oh, it's not available till the 11th. And I went and did some research, and lo and behold, yes, it's not coming out until the 11th. So you'll be able to get it in a couple of days, but even still, for folks who have some older phones, you don't get a lot of the newer features. And I think that that really rubs a lot of people the wrong way, especially like the Google Tensor 2 is supposed to be so smart and so capable. Even the original Google Tensor is supposed to be better at AI, is supposed to be better at handling these things. And there's just so many features that are being left out. The Google 6 phones are not getting a lot. The Google 7 phones are not getting everything. Even look at the Google Pixel 7a. And I actually understand the A series a little bit more, because when you buy a more expensive phone, you should have the expectation that you have certain things that are there that the cheaper phone doesn't get. But yeah, the Pixel 7a has the same chip that's in the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro. So it seems really arbitrary because a lot of these features are not really all that groundbreaking or amazing anyway. I don't think so many of them are necessarily something somebody's running out to the store to go buy a phone for. But at the end of the day, it is the same chip. But if you take a look at it, the Pixel Fold doesn't have the circle to search yet, even though the 7 and the 7 Pro are getting it. So it's kind of in the same category as the 7a. You're like sitting here, why does my $1,800 phone not have this? And then on top of that, the Tensor 2 series phones, the Pixel 7s and the Pixel Fold, are not even getting all the latest smart features and all the cool new things that the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro are. I can understand that to an extent, but that's one of my biggest frustrations with this phone. I like the Pixel Fold for most things, and it's been an enjoyable experience. I thought it was overpriced from the get-go. I thought they kind of screwed everybody by not putting the Tensor 3 in it, and that's coming back to bite a lot of Pixel Fold users in the butt because it's not getting the same level of treatment as even the Pixel 8 series phones with the Tensor 3. So I hope that the rumors actually come true with the updated Pixel Fold 2. Supposedly, we're going to get the Tensor 4. If the Pixel Fold 2 gets the Tensor 4, I think that'll set it up for a lot better success, a lot better trajectory as far as comes to like extended support, getting these features, getting these updates. But still, I think it does present some issues because when you have the Pixel 6, you have the Pixel 7, you have the Pixel Fold, and you look at these updates, you look at these new features that come out, and then they don't trickle down to all the phones, you wonder what 7 years actually means. So let's say we've got the Pixel 8, Pixel 8 Pro. They're fantastic, great, Tensor 3, latest phones. They're getting a lot of new features, but what happens next year? What happens next year when we have the Google Tensor 4 and the Pixel 9 series phones, and then even though the 8 is supposed to be supported for 7 years, doesn't get some of the features? And you go, okay, well, if the first year it doesn't get very many features, how many features is it going to get the second year? How many features is it going to get the third year? And then you run into a situation where you're wondering why you bought this phone that cost you $1,000 or $700, and then just a year or two later, you're not even getting many of the most relevant updates. What's the point? Okay, I can continue to text and I can continue to browse the internet and I can keep using Twitter, but what's the draw? What's the allure to having a phone that lasts for 7 years if it's really not getting as many of the features and the support and the updates, right? So I think that's something Google needs to seriously sit down and address, and they need to come up with a roadmap to provide better support, better updates, and better feature support, especially internationally. It's really, I mean, I get it. Some things are English exclusive. Some things like the car crash detection, maybe they don't have the services that are needed in other countries, so that way that it's like a relevant feature. But I mean, there are certain things like web page summary. Web page summary is not available outside the US. That's kind of dumb. That seems like something that would be pretty darn simple. So Google really needs to work on their international strategy. They need to work on not excluding customers who are buying their phones, and they need to work on ensuring there's a better roadmap for making sure that we get these updates and we get these features for all phones, or at least the majority of them, especially whenever these phones are really only like a year old, 2 years old, and they cost so much money, right? It just really throws that whole 7-year promise out the window if after a year or two you're just not getting much. So anyway, sit around, wait. On March 11th, it should start rolling out, and then you can get your features and your stuff, and unless you have one of the phones that's excluded, and then you don't get that. So that's all I got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, frustrations, complaints, go to the comment section. I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful, if you like the Pixel content, you're in the right place. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.